Okay, Dan, I just did the stream. Let me know if you need anything. All right, awesome. Good morning, everybody. 7 o'clock on a beautiful Saturday here in August, and it is another edition of Tee to Green. We're live on the air here on WGR Sports Radio 550. I'm Brian Colsey, along with Kevin Sylvester, PGA Pro Jeff Meadus. We're happy to have Kevin in person this week. He's been busy across the PGA Tour golf world. We'll talk about that in a moment, but we're excited to be at Tri-County Country Club here. We are excited to be back, and it's a beautiful day. Jeff, we had a beautiful ride in. You are very familiar with this place.
Yeah, it's my old stomping grounds, and I love coming here. I was here a couple weeks ago to play, and they did something really cool here, which if you're watching us on the Instagram or whatever, they made a little speakeasy, and they really did a nice job. You're laughing at me?
Jeff's sounding very up to date with today's technology.
Instagram, Twitter, I know what I'm talking about.
It's on the Snapgram, you know.
It's on the Google machine. Yes.
Yeah, we're live, of course, here on WGR Sports Radio 550. Thanks for being with us. But yeah, if you want to see the interesting, unique spot that we're at here at Tri-County, we're going to talk with Dan Reddick, the PGA Pro, here in just one moment about it. But we're live on the stream, of course, so you can watch us, which we would love to have you watch us. We're on X, Twitter. We're on Instagram. We're on YouTube at T2G Buffalo. And we're going to give you some information about Tri-County here, TriCountyCountryClub.com in just a moment. But Kevin, welcome back. I haven't seen you in like a month.
I know. I haven't seen you guys since
you've been doing the phone. Yeah, since the Duster. You've been on the phone quite a bit here for our segments.
I had to ask, just for the audience, I was talking with Jeff before. I had to ask him, where was I last week? Greensboro. That's right. Yeah, for the Wyndham Championship. So listen, I'm happy to have the week off, a needed week off. Or at least not being on the road, although I was in Pittsburgh the last 2 days, so get my daughter down there. But anyways, and then back on the road the next 2 weeks, I'll be at the BMW Championship down at Caves Valley, which is quite the venue. If you remember, that is where Patrick Cantlay, the Bryson DeChambeau duel in the playoffs, when Patrick Cantlay
all those playoff holes.
Yeah. Up and down, 17, 18. And listen, I know I could lose a few LBs. I remember that day it was 100 degrees, and we couldn't. We had to run down the hill 17 to par 3. Run back.
I want to see you run.
Well, listen, this is what I said to my coworker Will Haskell. I said, "Man, I'm in better shape than I think I am. Just the adrenaline of the playoff. Oh, we're going back down.
That was super exciting.
And getting back up there. It was, and when Patrick Cantlay set the record for a strokes gained putting event, it was like over 15.
I remember
he
that
made
week.
everything. So I'm excited to go back there. Not excited for it to be like 90 degrees and 100-degree heat index next week, but that's what it is. And then I'll be working Tour Championship for PGA Tour Live. So
all right,
that'll be fun.
Beautiful. So Kevin will be with us on location the next 2 weeks, but we're happy to have him here in person at Tri-County Country Club. Coming up here on the show, as I mentioned, Dan Reddick, the PGA Pro, going to join us here in just about 30 seconds or so. And also a familiar voice from WGR fandom, Sneaky Joe DiBiase. He's a member here, and he's going to come up a little bit later on in the show. He's got club championship this weekend.
Oh, all right.
So he's focused. So, Jeff, we're going to have to get him fired up, ready to go.
He came in a little bit this week. We took a look at his motion. He's going to play great.
How'd that work for you last week? You were on you did the show, and then you played.
Don't ask.
Didn't play great.
Okay, all right. Fair enough.
Yes. Let's just near the bottom of the
Hey, listen,
you were just in the wrong flight.
I was in the wrong flight. That's right.
Brian, at the end of the month, we have a scratch invite that members can play. And a buddy of mine, Greg, asked me, "Hey, do you want to do this?" I'm like, "All right," but our goal is to not finish last.
Yes.
There's no strokes.
That's
Blue
right.
tees. I'm like, all right, I'll do it.
The blue tees were long, but I couldn't get off the tee, which
you just got a zig and zag.
It made it worse. Yeah. I know. Anyway, so yeah, Kevin mentioned obviously the PGA Tour playoffs have begun, the first of the 3 weeks. So we'll have a little bit breakdown of that, a little bit coming up more later in the show. It was a big week for junior golf. That'll be part of our West New York PGA Tip of the Week. Drive, chip, and putt. PGA Junior League All-Stars were all this week, so I'll get you posted on that. But let's bring in our guest here, Dan Reddick, the PGA Pro here from Tri-County Country Club. Dan, good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, thank you guys for being here, experiencing the speakeasy for your first time. put a lot of money into this. Kind of when the fire happened, for those that don't know, we had a fire a couple years ago, and it resulted in a total loss of the clubhouse. So we had to come up with something for the membership, for the public. And this is what we came up with. It's kind of a cool little spot. Probably keep it going even after the clubhouse is completed. But
you could rent it out or something.
absolutely, there's the possibilities are endless. It's a cool spot to overlook 18 Green over here. When people are like everybody, it's club championship season. We have our club championship this weekend. There's definitely going to be some heckling going on. It's definitely going to be the spot to be.
Yeah, it looks like you could abuse people from up here as they're coming up 18 pretty easily.
You can hide behind the walls and the windows too, so they can't see who it is. But most of the people know everybody out here, so it's kind of a fun spot. Though
This is a good spot to wager on putts being made.
100%.
Right?
Yeah,
Yep,
Absolutely.
way above the putting green within. Yeah,
If
people
you're
could-
inclined for those things.
No, you've never done anything
Yes.
like that, Kev.
Yeah.
Well, listen, they do it this week at the at Memphis
Mhm.
behind the 10th green. There's a group of people because I was standing behind them first time I was there, and I keep dollars passed, and then these women and she's like, "Oh, we bet on putts made the whole time." And they got a big barbecue thing going on. Kind of a similar thing here, right? I mean, there's food, there's drink. You could sit in here and watch the action in 18 after you're around. Kudos to you guys, everybody here. Not only you, Dan, but your staff and the membership for embracing it, right? I mean, out of a tragedy of the fire, no one was hurt, right?
No, nobody was hurt.
That's good.
A couple of firefighters had some minor injuries, but we definitely thank them for all their service out there because the pro shop was close to going up too. So they actually saved that building before.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Great-
you
great
need a
job.
pro shop.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
you need a pro shop.
And I imagine probably volunteer firefighter unit out here.
Yeah, there were about 6 or 7 departments that were out here taking care of the place. But it was definitely it's been a long couple of years, but we're emerging from it, right now. So.
And Dan, for those that again, if you're listening on WGR and you want to see the spot that we're at, a very unique spot, check out our stream again at T2G Buffalo on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube. I know you got some good news to kind of get the final hurdle going here, right?
Yeah, there was, anytime you're dealing with something of this magnitude, there's always hiccups, and we were no different. Insurance was a little short and everything, and we were trying to figure out how we could get the ball through to the end zone here, so to speak, and we have the funding now, so we're going to be starting construction hopefully this coming week here. Some of the workers have been coming out in the last couple of days, and that first floor, there's a lot of reasons to do it, but that first floor should be ready to go for next season, and we're excited about that. So that'll be the bar and the restaurant. The locker room will be phased in shortly, I would think, but we're really excited to be in the building, and that's just having bathrooms and having your bar and air conditioning for the girls and the bartenders and just all the things that you don't think about. They're all coming back, so we're excited for the future.
But people join to play golf here.
They do.
You come out here to play golf because it's a fun place to play. So that's and that hasn't changed. And
No,
I
and
haven't been here in a while. I got to play a few weeks ago. I'm always in great shape. Pete Gilroy does a great job.
And he's done a great job, and just the golf course really looks immaculate right now. We're ready for club championship. The range looks good. I mean, that we're staring right out at the driving range right now, waiting for the competitors to come out here. But everything's in great shape. Weather has been challenging with all the. Honestly, with all the sunshine and lack of rain,
Right.
Yeah, sounds awful. Yeah,
I know, right?
Yeah.
But he's doing a great job keeping this place playable and keeping it nice and green too.
What's the format for the club championship? Is it stroke play, match play,
Gross stroke play, yeah.
gross stroke play,
Flighted.
flighted gross stroke play?
Excellent.
How many
Where it
flights?
ought to be.
5 flights, 6 with the women. So
Okay.
yeah, there's some B flights and some A flights and the championship flight. So got all the T's represented today.
Okay.
Should we ask what flight Joe's in, or should we ask Joe what flight he's in?
You should probably ask Joe.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll ask him. He's coming on in a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that'll be good.
I'm rooting for him.
Of course.
We all
I
are.
don't know
We
flight
all
to
are.
root for.
He's just really getting into golf the last year or two. Also,
Yeah.
so
How are the greens here? I mean, I'm looking at 18. It looks perfect. Tell me, I've played here a few times, and not recently. Shame on me. But the greens, I remember just being
They're diabolical.
super fast.
Yeah, they're diabolical at times. I mean, there's right now they're rolling at about as good as they're going to roll. They're probably upwards of 12ish.
12's good.
Yeah.
It's
Especially here. You can
It
only get
is.
them going so fast here because of the
that's-
slope.
exactly that's the thing. They're as quick as they have been all season. The greens are in perfect shape though. They're absolutely beautiful right now. They're soft, they're receptive, and the players are in for a treat. Everybody that comes out here, they kind of know what they're getting into with the greens. You got to be creative at times. You can't always take straight line putts. You just got to play the slopes and hope for the best in a lot of ways.
Wait, 18 looks like a tour green. I'm telling you, I see him in person. It looks like a tour green. Right,
It's
there.
what we're known for. I mean, some people, it's a love it or hate it with putting. Sometimes you see a lot of brick-handed putts out here, and usually that player doesn't always love the place. But for the players that are out here, they love our greens.
I think it's
one of
fun.
our. It
I
is.
find I always thought when I was here, I loved putting on them because it was challenging and you
Yep.
had to be a good putter and you had to have your speed. And then once you learn the greens, it's not they're
Hey,
you know how they break.
What's the first thing, Brian? People ask you if you go play a course. They ask you
Right.
how are the greens,
Greens, yep.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's a hallmark of every.
If
golf
you were
course.
gonna want one piece of the hole to be
Right.
the best, you'd pick the green first every time.
1,000%.
Yeah,
Yes.
your superintendent's had many years of doing it on this facility too. Yes,
Yes, he has. He comes with the building.
yes, he does.
Yeah, he's
There's a lot of stories there. We won't tell those.
We'll tell
Not
him
on the
off air,
radio.
yeah.
Yes.
You know what I think is cool in here, and I don't know how many holes are represented, but I'm just noticing these must be the old markers of tee boxes with the holes. Like we got 12 and 15, and
Yeah,
That's-
looking for decor at the basically raiding the barns when we needed some wall decorations is kind of the approach we took.
those
How
are
about
great.
their antiques? They were here when I was here.
Yeah.
Now they're antiques. Yeah.
No, but you know what? I'm like, what a cool look. And you and in the previous clubhouse, I thought it was cool too. The champions had the little mini, the
Little staff
The
bags
staff bags.
yeah,
Yeah.
What do they
Yeah.
call? What do they call them? Den
Den
caddies.
caddies.
Yeah, that was
or
awesome.
range caddies. Yeah, they
Yeah.
use them on the range too.
You always do great touches out here, Dan. I wanted to point that out.
Thank you.
And of course, this is a location of the original WGR golf tournament.
I played in that.
Yes, the
yes.
first couple, and one of the epic moments that our old boss Andy Roth.
Sorry.
Yes,
Go ahead.
when he was upset because we had a little breaking news that wasn't supposed to be leaked out during one of these tournaments here.
Oh,
You remember the Winter
that.
Classic?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I remember because you had to have a truck back then.
Yes.
Yeah, you had
One-
to have the big
Yeah,
truck.
a former Sabre. I won't throw him under the bus, but got
I will.
got the
Speedy.
microphone.
It's Speedy.
Yeah, Speedy.
Yeah.
He got the microphone and unveiled that we were having the Winter Classic
Yes.
before it was announced to the public here at our tournament. I remember that.
Yes.
Yeah, good times here for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful ride out here. I mean, I always love the drive. I always like coming out here. It's not that far, actually. People think it sounds like it's so far. It's not really far at all, especially
Yeah,
from
it's a
the
nice
south
ride.
end. Yeah.
I come down here fishing all the time
Yeah.
in the fall, so not that far.
Dan,
Careful.
tell everybody, for those that don't know about the course, tell us. We just talked a little bit about the greens, but just what makes Tri County a little bit more unique or different from other courses in Western New York.
Well, it's the golf course itself is a fun golf course. It's kind of a tale of two nines. You've got a shorter, kind of a scoreable front side. The back side is a little bit more wide open, but the greens have a little bit more teeth, I think, on the back. There's some more severity and slope, so sometimes you're putting a little defensively on the back, where on the front you can kind of you can try to go low. We've had some really low scores this year. People have learned a lot of the greens now, I think.
You softened up 12.
We softened up 12 a little bit. That was
remember
kind of a
12.
necessary evil. That was number 12 was getting to the point where it was really kind of starting to get really severe in the slope, and water wasn't penetrating the ground, so it literally just stayed firm, and you couldn't stop a ball on it. And then by the time the middle of the season hits, like right now, you're looking for a pin position. You don't even have anything you can choose from because it's so like the old holes aren't healing. And so long story short, we did soften up 12 a little bit with a little bit of a in-house renovation on the green, which I think it's worked out really well. So
Yeah, it's been popular from the people I've heard. Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
raise the front left? Is that what?
so
Leveled
we
it.
actually we leveled it out a little
Okay.
bit, and moved it a little bit. So
That was always one of the hardest wedge shots out here. So you'd play this hole, you'd hit really good drive, you'd have a downhill lie to a very, very tough green. And even though you had 80 or 90 yards, it was really, really tough to get it in there.
yeah, back in the day, it used to, 12 was designed where our driving range is right now. You would come in from the driving range, so it would almost angle into a push-up green. But when they redesigned and added the driving range, they just left the green kind of the way it was, and it was like a side slope, awkward.
Yeah, it wasn't designed for that angle.
No,
No.
no. But I think it's worked out a lot better now, and there's some future plans down the line for the golf course. Hopefully, we can get those over the finish line here. But right now, the golf course is looking great, though. I mean, for those that haven't played out here, we invite you to temper your expectations the first time out here, though, because like everybody said, the greens can be challenging, and you don't always read them, you learn them. So
I wouldn't say temper your expectations. I'd say enjoy the process.
Yeah, well,
It's
sure,
fun.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I look forward to challenges like that
Sure.
when you go out to play. Yeah.
that's part about playing. That's part of playing different golf courses, right? I mean,
Yeah.
if they're all the same, what fun would that be?
Yeah,
Right?
and this is in the hills. So
Yeah.
what happens, the way people get fooled here is because it's up on the hills and the hillside. So a putt that looks like it's downhill might be uphill. A putt that's uphill might
Sure.
look, just because the way the
So what do
architect.
you suggest looking at the grander
That sounds like a
landscape?
tip of the week, Brian.
Yeah. Well,
the
yeah.
grander
Yeah.
landscape than just the green itself. Is
I
that,
always look, and Dan, you probably do the same thing. I look as I'm walking up to the hole. If we dumped a huge bucket of water, where is that water running off? And if you do that from down the fairway, you get a little better perspective sometimes than when you're standing right on the green. And that's where people use the aim point, where they're using their feet. Thank God there's no tour event here. They'd be here forever using that aim point around here.
I will say this about aim point. Sometimes I will go stand and just feel like, all right, you feel it a little bit with your feet, but players have done that for ages.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, they've
Yeah.
done it for ages,
They've done it without it,
but they're not doing, there's one finger, two
Two
fingers.
fingers,
Yeah.
two-
Yeah.
and it's too mechanical for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's no feel to it.
No feel to it. Yeah. It's just,
How's tree management been out here?
we've lost we've lost quite a few of our ash trees. That ash borer that came
borer,
through. It smoked about 100 to 200 trees out here. But we've been able to take and remove a lot of them. We're planting new ones, but we won't see the results of those for a long time.
it's fun for me. We planted something like 200 trees, even all these red maples around the 18th here when I was here, and just how big and beautiful they are now. And it's a well-treed facility. I
Yeah.
mean, there's not a lack of trees. That's for
No,
sure.
no, we've got a lot out there.
Dan, you told me you got a chance to attend the Callaway Master Fitter program recently. So I'm
Well, that
curious, like, what did you learn there? That sounds like an interesting program to attend.
it's kind of a cool thing. I'm big into fitting. Like, I love fitting. I like being able to take somebody who doesn't even know they have the ability to get the ball out there, get them an extra 20 yards, couple of clubs difference and into greens. I just think it's fascinating. The science of golf is something that it's new. It's still new. People don't always understand or know it, and it's just fascinating to me. So anyway, I had the opportunity last year to go to the Callaway Master Fitter program, and it's in California, San Diego, and it's a 3-day crash course where you're just morning till night going through numbers and fitting protocols and what do you do in this situation when you see things. And it's just there's so many different things you can talk about, but I loved it. And
Well, people don't understand how if they're playing with clubs that are ill-fitted, it's hard to hit good shots. If your lie angle's off, if your shaft's too stiff, if your grip's too big. I mean, I see so many people with big
exactly.
grips that don't need them.
And we're starting to kind of get a lot more people coming out here for fittings now. I don't know if it's a direct correlation to the website or anything, and being on the website, but we're starting to see a lot more people come out for fittings, and I love it personally. So we have the technology to do it, and when the new build comes up, there is room for 2 simulators in there, so that'll be nice to do indoor fittings out here down the line too.
Dan, how do I know if I have clubs that are properly fit? Like, I might just think I'm good. Like, how do
Yeah.
I know?
I mean,
Like, how do I? Or
They're
maybe
called-
I'm,
They're called PGA pros, Brian.
That's exactly what I was going to
okay.
say.
That's my yeah. How do I know?
Well, that's listen. No, that's an
Yeah.
advantage of having a PGA Pro fit you. You can see. Well, hang on a second. We got a major swing flaw first.
Sure.
Let's fix that, and then we'll get you swinging it properly. Does that make sense, Jeff?
Right. And Dan, you can probably testify to this too. Like a beginning fitter will often take a person because they're hitting it left or they'll tip that club upright. And that's not, you could go 10 degrees upright and it's not going to affect their ball flight because of a swing flaw. So if you're sometimes a poorer fitter will just bend your clubs upright to try to affect the ball flight. And you know what I'm talking about.
I do.
Yeah, you can't just you got to have a little nuance to the fitting. It's more of it's art and science.
It's a little bit of everything. You know, you're watching ball flight, you're reading numbers, you're doing everything that you can possibly do to get somebody, you know, where they need to be. But you're looking at spin ratios, you're looking at all kinds of stuff. And like to your point, it's not going to fix a bad swing, but there's certainly things we can do to remedy it.
and affect ball flight. A
Absolutely.
little flatter kicks it right, a little more upright kicks it left. Yeah. So
One thing I know you wanted to mention is kind of your tip of the week here. Our West New York PGA tip of the week, by the way, brought to you by the West New York PGA, which has one goal: promoting and growing the game of golf today, tomorrow, and beyond. And this is something that I know Jeff has spoken on in the past, but that when you have kids or ladies that are just starting out and maybe take an old set of clubs and not necessarily get them properly fitted.
Right.
I know I know you wanted to kind of expand on that idea a little bit.
Every year we see the junior program and you know, we're setting these kids up for a very difficult time in the game, and the game's hard enough as it is at times. Though whatever's in your basement, probably leave it in your basement. Those bladed irons with the steel shafts on them, they're not good for kids. They're too heavy, they're too stiff, they can't hit them,
they're too upright.
they're everything. So my tip of the
Don't
week would
cut
be-
and make them shorter, right?
Yeah, just like, you know, you don't have to buy anything brand new, but there's things that you can do to get these kids in the right stuff. There's, you know, marketplace and all that stuff, and people are always selling their used kids equipment. And I would love to see the kids come in with something that they can actually swing. It makes it, and that goes for women too. We see a lot of women that come in with their husband's old clubs, and they're just not right for them. And we're just setting them up right at the beginning for you know, just a really tough time sometimes.
Yeah, I always say you don't need a whole set for kids, but
No.
get one club that fits. And all the websites that sell them,
Yeah.
there's charts for height.
Our
You just-
friends at
yeah.
Woods to Wedges have the U.S. Kids,
Which is
selection.
excellent.
Yeah, my
That's
son
great.
got like 3 different colors just going
Same.
as he kept growing. And you go in, it's super easy. You go in, they measure you on the stick. Oh,
Yeah.
you're purple or you're yellow or you're
That-
green.
And
Right.
you can buy it a la carte then. You don't have to buy a whole set.
Yeah, it's
You
not
can
a
buy
full
it.
set either.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know, it's like they hit 4 or 5 clubs.
But Dan's right. It does, you know, so people come in with lessons from me. I got a woman hitting her husband's club. Nope. I'm going to grab you one of the women's clubs
Sure.
I got back because you're going to struggle. And the game's, like you said, hard enough. And if you're playing with ill-fitting equipment, the analogy I always use is if you're a skier, it'd be like going out with some old 220 racing skis and you're 5'2" and you weigh 80 pounds. Yeah, you're not going to perform with those. And the same thing with golf clubs.
Well, I mean, Dan and Jeff, your profession is to get people excited about golf. Well, what is going to get them excited about golf? Hitting great shots gets you excited.
Right.
Usually
if
ball
you are-
flight, yeah.
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 So if
Ooh.
if you can have the equipment to get them hooked earlier, like, hey, that was super fun to watch the ball go where I wanted it to.
That's how I got hooked at 12. I hit one good shot and that was it.
That's all
That
it
was-
takes.
Yep. And then I was, I like this sport. Yeah.
Dan, you mentioned you invite people out to play. So is it semi-private? What's the?
Yeah, we're still semi-private. We
Yeah.
still have a pretty good membership, even after the fire. That, you know, we had a little bit of a drop, but we're about 200 right now. And I expect that once we get this building open, we're going to have a pretty good amount of traffic coming through the door. So I know there's a lot of people that have already expressed interest in membership for next year. What I can tell you about that is that we are going to be rolling out our introductory offer for people who haven't been members for at least 3 years. And that'll be coming out probably next week. It'll be like a $750 deposit. You'll be able to play the rest of the season on that deposit along with your cart. Rental is complimentary for that year. And then the following year, that $750 goes off your dues line. So it just serves as a deposit for 2026.
It's It's great.
Good
Sounds like a
deal.
great deal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Playoff all.
And a
And
pretty place to play off.
Oh,
it
it's-
seems.
Yeah, and
gorgeous.
for those that maybe are not maybe they're just a once a month player, we do offer public play as well. It's just there's some restrictions on it in terms of time frame, but it's usually pretty. We're usually able to accommodate people that are coming out here for a 1 day.
Yeah,
That's
you
great.
definitely do it. It's worth the ride. Great fall day.
I
Come
got to
on,
ask a quick question.
Yeah.
Tell me about this table.
These are all.
So these tables were custom made. They were refinished at a certain point, but long story short, one of my friends, he actually redesigned a lot of these because they were really in rough shape, and they were salvaged basically from the fire from the.
Okay. All right. As I say, your
They're
friend's
pretty
got
cool.
a business here, man. This
Yeah.
I know.
This is nice.
I think it's his retirement hustle.
Yeah.
Okay.
For those listening on the radio, they are really nice tables that have the Tri-County logo kind of embedded in them, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
You
and
bought-
then ball in the
center
center,
tee.
and then balls on the corners.
Golf
Yeah,
balls.
and a divot repair tool logo.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they're epoxied in. Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
Really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, look on the stream, by the way, if you're listening on the radio.
Yeah, we'll
at-
tip it up. We'll tip the
Yeah.
table over wrestling.
That'll work
style.
great here.
That'll be
Yeah.
great with all of our equipment. Yes. On X, on Instagram, on YouTube at T2G Buffalo. Watch Kevin ruin our whole setup.
I'll
here
take
by
a
tipping
picture
the
of it.
Yes,
Yeah.
put out a picture for us here as well. Dan, how if people do want to get membership information, or even like you said, if they just want to come out and play, what's
Sure.
what's the process? What's the best way to go through maybe the early phase of trying to figure out if I want to be a member around here?
Sure. So what we do is we've got a few different avenues. You can do the contact us on the website. That'll all go to me. And then there's also the phone. So our phone number's 716-965-2053, and we are extension 102 in the for the golf professional. And if you're just looking for a regular tee time, it's just extension 101. But it's a great place to play. I can't say enough about it. I've been here this is my 11th year, and it's one of those places that if I wasn't very happy where I'm at, I wouldn't be here. So I'm really it's a great place to play. If you're looking for a place to play that's not going to break the bank, and get some of that membership feel and everything that we try to strive for, come on out.
Yeah. Great people too. A lot of really nice people out here. A lot of
All
good
People like Dan.
friends. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
all the
love it.
information is on the scroll on the stream for the website, tricountycountryclub.com, or again, 716-965-2053 to get this information. But yes, I mean, Dan, I would say every time we're here, like just you and Jake and everybody, and I know you mentioned Peter's out cutting the greens as
Yeah,
we walked in
yeah.
here bright and early this morning. Tremendous staff, really, really scenic, enjoyable place. And the course is always in tremendous shape. So kudos to all what you and Jake and all of your crew do.
Yeah, and if I could give Jake a quick shout out too.
Sure.
Jake does about 90% of our lessons out here. He's big into teaching. If you're
Good player, too.
Yep, great player. And if you're
What's
somebody
Jake's
that's-
last name?
Eckley,
Jake Eckley. There we
Yep.
go.
great player, great teacher. If you're looking for somebody to learn the game from, he's a great great person to do it from.
Awesome. Thanks, Dan.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks for
guys.
having us out here.
Oh, thank you guys.
TriCountyCountryClub.com, 716-965-2053 to reach out to General Manager and PGA Pro Dan Rettig as we're inside the makeshift clubhouse, which is really, really cool. Check it
Yeah,
out on
it's
the
cool.
stream. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, when we come back here, going to talk a little bit more about the PGA Tour playoffs and some news and notes from around the professional golf world, but also Sneaky Joe is here. Joe DiBiase from the WGR Morning Show, getting prepped for the club championship. Jeff, you ready to give him your pep talk
Yeah,
here?
I'm watching them stretch and it's making me nervous.
Uh-oh. All right. We'll do the stretching near the commercial
Okay.
break.
I think that was a necessity stretch, not a purposeful stretch.
With Kevin Sylvester, PGA Pro, Jeff Beatus, I'm Brian Colzio. We'll take our first time out here. We're live at Tri-County Country Club on Tee to Green on WGR. Yes, sir. We just did it. So you can just come back with music here. We don't even. We'll do the scoreboard in the 7:45 segment. Yeah, no, because I read the liner and everything, so that's good. Okay, thank you. Perfect. Welcome back. Tee to Green here, live at Tri-County Country Club. Big thanks to the GM and PGA Pro, Dan Reddick, for joining us last segment. Again, membership information. We'd encourage you to come on out and play it again. And also, Dan said there's opportunities for the public to play it. TriCountyCountryClub.com or 716-965-2053. As we welcome you back here on WGR, Brian Koziel, PGA Pro Jeff Meadus, and Kevin Sylvester with us this week. Kevin, I know you want to give a little special message here before we get to our next guest.
I just, all of us at Tee to Green want to send our condolences to the Vukolik family. Gene Vukolik passed away this past week. He's laid to rest yesterday. Founder of Tri Distributing, who's been a not only a sponsor of us, but a big supporter of our charitable effort with the Duster Challenge each year. Tri Distributing's generosity and donating beverages, prizes, and such. You know, I met Mr. Vukolik a few times. Very kind and great man, and I'm friends with two of his sons, and I know a couple of other of his children, and just a great family. And what a life lived. 94 years old, and he's left a tremendous legacy here in Western New York. Enough so I just wanted to acknowledge Mr. Vukolik. Jeff, I'm sure you've met him.
Amen. Yeah, I just I want to concur with everything you just said. It's just a wonderful, wonderful person, as is the whole family, and they've done a ton for golf throughout the years, and I'd like to thank him and appreciate everything he did through the years.
Yeah, our thoughts with the families, and again, thanks for the support of our show and golf, and thanks to Dan and everybody here at Tri-County. They were also one of the courses that donated a foursome to our Duster Challenge to help raise money for PGA Hope. So another successful year for our Duster Challenge. We raised over $7,800 a few weeks ago.
Next year's year 10, right?
Yes.
We're
Try to get to 8.
10.
We're going to go right to 10.
Well, why would
10 for 10. That's a good slogan.
Goal. 10 for 10.
All right. I'm in on that.
That's
a good goal for us.
I like it.
We'll auction off a round of golf with Sneaky Joe here at Tri-County.
Well, that'll make it.
That'll bring in thousands.
That's right. I agree. Joe DiBiase from the morning show. Of course, you can hear him every weekday, 6 to 10, along with Jeremy White. And, of course, right here on WGR. Joe, good morning.
Morning. What's up, fellas? How we doing?
Well, great.
I tell you what, you dye that beard too. You could be like Ted DiBiase, the old wrestler.
Yeah, it's my
$1 million
wife
man.
keeps making fun of me. She keeps finding silver hairs in here.
Hey,
Now my 30th
nothing wrong
birthday's
with
come,
silver
so-
hair, buddy.
No,
Nothing,
well,
nothing.
yeah, not yet though.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple years still, but
So
here we
you're
go.
getting ready to play in your club championship. Huh?
I am, yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna get some range time in, I guess. That's why you guys are like, hey, you want to come on like middle of the show? I'm like, perfect, because then I'll have all the time in the world to get loose before the club championship, which is the first club championship I've ever played in.
So it's
Awesome.
like the first tournament for you, kind of like a real tournament
Yeah,
playing your
yeah.
own golf ball.
Member guests we've done, right, like best ball tournaments, obviously
Yeah.
before, but where it's just you're counting everything, gross score, like, yep, that's it.
What flight are you
excited.
in?
That's a good question. I was actually just looking at that.
Okay.
I know my tee time. I know the other guys I'm in, but I don't know
Okay.
the exact flight.
The
How's your
great
game?
thing,
How you feeling about your game?
yeah.
Good, really good. Other than I actually was with Jeff working the other day. The driver's been put in timeout for a little
Okay.
bit,
All right.
but we talked about why that might be the case anyway. But everything else is good. I think the 3 wood well, so
Beautiful. You
That's
don't, yeah, you
fine.
can get away with. You hit it far enough.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you-
yeah,
if you
yeah.
hit a 3-wood far enough. You're young.
Especially here.
Yeah.
This course is a little shorter.
Yeah.
There's only 2 par 5s on the course, so you could definitely get away with it here.
Yeah.
I think more than some other places, which is
He
fine.
can use mini
But short
driver.
game.
Borrow
Well-
Tom Capolla's mini driver.
That's right. Yeah. But
I don't. Mini driver is something I need to educate myself. Nate Geary has one, and
Yeah,
he's
well, that doesn't
told
count.
me about it. But
Hey, Nate just won a tournament.
yeah.
I
saw
can't.
on
I can't
Facebook
talk
his-
about him.
His 100th pictured post. Congrats, though, Nate.
Yeah.
But you're gonna get your driver figured out. You're on the right.
Oh,
path.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
You don't need to go buy another club. It's
And-
not.
Plus, everything else swing wise, yeah, this is the best I feel like I've felt all year. I'm playing the most, so it should.
Yeah. What do you like about this golf course, Joe? Because I know, I was
Yeah.
excited to hear when you said you ended up being a member here. 'Cause I know
Yeah.
this is a really fun place to play.
I love how challenging it is. I love like the getting better with my short game because it kind of makes you get better with your short game. The greens are, I think, so unique for the area. They're challenging all over the course. I mean, you really don't get a break. Like some courses you'll go, 4 or 5 holes and you get, like, all right, the greens are fine, but there's nothing crazy. And then you get a couple tough ones and get another little bit of a break. Here, it's just like a slog the whole way through. Like the 10th green here isn't like crazy, and that like it might be it. Like everything else has got its own unique challenge to
Yeah.
it. I like thinking. Like whenever I'm golfing, I like having to think about what my next shot is.
You'll get over
more
that.
than just what the swing is. Yeah. And
No,
here
I
forces
agree
to
with you.
do that.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good way to describe it. It is every hole you can't let up on the putter. There's no
Yep.
easy. You
Yep.
can't take a break. Yeah.
What's your favorite hole out here?
Favorite hole here would probably be I like 2. Like 2's hard and everybody like will lose their mind on the second hole, I think.
Is it par 4, par
Par
5?
five.
That's the par 5 down to the water and then up over the water
Oh,
onto
yeah.
the green that is completely sloped down to the front.
It's reachable at 2.
It's reachable in 2 if you really bomb your first drive. It could be tough though. Like for me, actually, that works out if I'm right on the top of the hill. You hit it too far and you're on the down slope. That could be tough. But I like 2 a lot and 4 because 4 is complimenting on I hit it well. I don't hit it like crazy far. That's one of the few par 4s I could drive in one. Which
Yeah.
is always nice.
It's a short par 4 with the water right in front. It's a drivable par
Yeah,
4.
it's
It's
like-
like freaking front, right?
Yeah.
Two
Yep.
245 maybe to
Yeah.
clear the
That's
water.
a great hole.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's wild because there's not much landing
Well,
area.
To go
No.
what Joe says, I like it because you have to think.
Yeah.
It's good when not every hole is just grab the same club, hit the same shot.
Yeah.
And you almost are doing it without thinking. I think that's what's really great is that, part of the fun of golf is the strategy, the decision making, even walking off, second guessing yourself, like thinking, oh, next time I might try that instead or whatever. I think that's what brings us back to be kind of hooked into the game.
Yeah, definitely. 2 is actually like that. Like where one day I'll try, like, okay, I'll hit driver off the tee and then wedge before the water. Like next day, like let me try hitting iron off the tee just to see how that goes and because that's one where like there's OB right on the left and there's a lot of holes like that where I've tried 2-3 different combinations. 7 is another, or 8 is another one like that.
I like it. Yeah.
What time's your tee time today?
9:30.
All right. So do you bring a radio just in case you're not done in time? Right. The Bills play at 1 today, right?
They do play at 1. I've got my phone. I got my
Okay,
phone.
all right.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can get the
it's-
stream up
listen,
on here. I'll have it in the cart.
It's preseason game number 1. Do we care?
We care a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, we care a little
We'll
bit.
get over that.
There's certain that you
It's a
gotta.
job.
Yeah, I was
I
saying,
know
can't say it
it's
doesn't
his
matter
job
at
is to
all.
care, yes.
You know what I care the most about is we get to see Jameis Winston play football in Orchard Park today, and he is electric. So We could have.
I
10
like-
we could
I
have
like
5
the clip.
interceptions.
I like the clip the other day at the end of practice to get through the walkthrough. If he hit the crossbar in the throw, did you see
Yes.
this?
I did,
And he's
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
"Hey, who's coming to Bible study 3? It's still okay. Here we go, boys.
Yeah.
Boom!" And he
Yes.
nails it right.
Yeah, he's a riot. The
But you-
Giants, I mean, they got the rookie quarterback too, so the opponent's
Yeah.
got a couple things.
Hey,
alive.
listen, I still like Brian Dable. I still think he's a hell of a coach. Say what you want. I mean, he turned Daniel Jones into a playoff quarterback, and then Daniel Jones turned him into a bad coach. I don't think so.
I told Jeremy yesterday I'm going to be watching to see if there's any sort of handshake or anything, or what the hug
McDermott.
between McDermott and Dable. Because if Joe Brady's going to get a head coach job, Dable might be available in a year.
Yep.
Just saying.
I agree.
Well,
So
you shouldn't have your phone
Hey,
out while you're playing.
Hey,
No, probably
No.
not.
never mind. I'm not going to say it.
you and Jeremy were obviously at camp doing shows for the last 2.5, 3 weeks or so. What would you say like was your biggest takeaway?
From camp,
Yeah.
that the two guys that were here right at the beginning, Matt Milano, Tre'Davious White, look as close to their old selves as you could possibly expect. I mean, Milano, there was some expectation of that because he returned last year and looked pretty good once they got going towards the playoffs. Trey White, though, it was like I had no expectation that he was going to be back at all or even starting. I didn't think there was much chance he would start at the start of camp. And he's looked great all the way through. And now with Hairston hurt, of course, he definitely will start. And, you know, you got to take it with a little bit of a grain of salt. You got to see him out there against, you know, these guys in the regular season.
Yeah, Jamar
But-
Chase. Yeah.
Do we think?
But he's looked great.
Do we think that it was staged? I do. The hill running. Did you
With
see
Trey
that in
White?
Hard Knocks. I'm not
You know-
saying he doesn't do extra work. I'm just saying like that looked kind of staged to me.
Yeah, I would maybe he's a quirky guy. I could see him doing it.
I love Trey White. I'm glad he's back, and I think he'll be the starter.
Yeah, I did hear.
Um,
I heard Bulldog on this. Like, are we sure that's the best idea for a guy that tore his Achilles 2 years ago? What
Yeah.
if he steps on a root?
Another great
Yes.
point
Knock on
there.
wood.
I'm just
saying
worried
he's-
about him coming down too.
I'm just
Right, yeah.
saying
Going
like
down might be tougher.
his wife's there watching him run, and I'm like, come on.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway,
Yeah.
All right, Joe. Hey, so you are younger than us. So I don't know. I mean,
everybody's younger than we are,
that's true.
except for Bulldog.
You didn't, unfortunately, get to see like Tiger early 2000s when he
Sure.
did his thing. You got to see the end of it, but the aura of Tiger, I know you're still clearly aware
Oh,
of.
sure.
Scotty Scheffler is in your lifetime of being aware enough to watch professional golf. Scotty Scheffler's doing as close to what we've seen with Tiger. How does Scotty
Yeah.
resonate with the younger crowd like yourself
His
here?
generation?
Because Tiger,
Yeah.
Tiger for me,
Right.
like I was your age watching Tiger, or even a little younger. Like I was obsessed. I couldn't get enough of.
Yeah.
We used to mock it on the TV broadcast that CBS would show Tiger walking down the fairway instead of showing other golfers actually hitting shots.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I'm like, I want to watch Tiger walk down the fairway. Like,
Yeah.
so I mean, how has Scheffler been? I guess for what he's been doing so well here these
He's
last.
super impressive. I think that aura, though, for some reason, it just doesn't. It's not the same with him. I mean, for some reason, Tiger, set standards that are impossible to achieve, especially with the quality of the field now.
Yeah.
I don't know the quality of the field now all the way through. Maybe it'd be tough. I would say I'm just old enough to remember what the Tiger aura was like.
Yeah.
That I will compare Scheffler to that. I'll compare when Rory's and is going great. I'll compare that to it. Because I'm when he wins the U.S. Open in 2008, I'm 14 years old. So I'm watching with my dad when he's going through the Tiger Slam.
Were
I
you
don't
a golfer
really
then
remember
or
it.
not?
I'd go out when I was like 4 or 5 years old. My dad, I'd hit my ball, I'd pick it up, take it to his ball, I'd hit another shot. So I was swinging the club a little bit back then. But no, sure, like Tiger at his best, I wouldn't say like I remembered it. Might even been watching. So comparing it to Tiger, it's definitely not the same. But this last 3-year stretch of Scheffler's, I think I might have to say it's the best I've ever seen anybody play for 3 years since Tiger. I don't know what Rory, of course, at a time, Spieth at a time, but I think this probably is my number one.
It's close to 2000 to 2002.
Yeah.
Tiger.
Yeah.
The difference is the galleries. There's nothing like a Tiger gallery.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
There is nothing like a
The
Tiger
atmosphere.
gallery. And Rory may come close. Scheffler doesn't come close. Like Scheffler galleries are great. Rory's are bigger right now, but nothing
Mhm.
Nothing compares to Tiger.
Kev, you've been
Gallery.
around. I've been at the Masters, and you know where Tiger is on the golf course just by the sound of the
It's at
crowd
any
and where they
tournament that he
move. Yep.
plays.
Yep,
Yes,
it's cool.
Any tournament that he plays, you know where Tiger is. He's the only guy I've been intimidated. Like, hey, your assignment today's Tiger, and I'd be like, oh my god. Everybody else, no problem, but Tiger, intimidated.
I'd be nervous following Joe.
My first event, I worked for the tour was, hey, you got Tiger. I'm like, is this a joke? I'm like, oh my, I couldn't believe it was at the Honda Classic, and I couldn't believe the galleries around Tiger, just the aura around it. That was actually the tournament he blew out his back the first
So
time.
you're a hex on him.
When
That's
he
great.
when he was
Yeah,
at
we
Oak,
had him Thursday, Friday.
yeah, when he was at Oak Hill in 13, I remember following him, and physically, it's so demanding.
You got to go 2 holes
Yes.
ahead to get a front rope.
yes,
Maybe.
you got to get ahead and hope, and
Maybe.
and then watch him come through. Yeah,
So you got a plan for your day today? Have you planned out how you're going to play this golf course this morning, Joe?
I have definitely. I've kind of figured that I've got my favorite way of playing this course right now. I like to be a little conservative on a couple of those holes on the front. So yeah, I'm playing today to par or bogey.
Let me
Every hole.
let me give you a tip for your warm up. You want to go and you want to hit play hole like you're playing the golf course on the golf course. So hit your
Yeah.
drive, hit your 3-wood, hit your 8-iron if that'd be the next shot,
Okay.
and then before you go to the tee, finish with whatever you're hitting off that first tee. Hit 4, 5, 6 really good shots with whatever club you're going to be hitting off the first tee.
Okay.
Since it's your first tournament.
I was going to
like
say slam a couple Mick Ultras.
Yeah, that works
Calm
too.
the nerves.
Yeah,
and you will be nervous on the first tee, like
Yes.
that's just because it's the club championship,
is
and
what
that's
it is.
okay.
Yeah.
Kind of enjoy the nerves. That's something I know
That's
you
why it's
told
fun.
me.
yeah.
Yeah.
You said you
Yeah.
get a little different feeling. That's okay. That means it's
It-
something special.
Yeah, we'll see how I do it. I mean, when we've played these best ball tournaments, I've often played my best, which that could also be you don't have as much pressure on you because you can have an off hole. I'm also playing with a buddy of mine that is a member here, and that might also help it a little bit.
Yeah.
It might just
Ease it. Yeah.
ease it and make it feel like any other round. But yeah, I'm real excited. I get real competitive, sometimes too competitive. They almost had to kick
No
me
such
out of
thing.
rec volleyball. So
Awesome.
Well, maybe.
we'll see how it goes today with
That's
that.
good. All right, Joe. Well, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, of
we'll let you
course.
get some swings in. Good luck today.
Yeah, thanks guys.
All right, hit up
All
on
right.
that driver.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
Joe DiBiase from the morning show. Of course, you can listen to him and Jeremy each and every weekday, 6 to 10. Okay, another timeout here from Tri-County. Again, tricountycountryclub.com or 716-965-2053. Membership information, even public, they welcome you to play. You can set it up with Dan Reddick through him at that number. When we come back, we'll whip around the pro scene. We'll check the PGA Tour, the LPGA Tour, and the Champions Tour. We'll go through and get those 3 reports as we roll on here from Tri-County Country Club in beautiful
Forestville, New York.
New York, with Kevin
Route
Sylvester.
39.
That's right. PGA Pro Jeff Beatus. I'm Brian Colesville. More Tee to Green from Tri-County right after this on WGR. Welcome back to Tri-County Country Club, and it is time for our whip around the professional tours. We start with the PGA Tour. It's the first of 3 legs of the PGA Tour playoffs, and Tommy Fleetwood, maybe this will be his week. He's got a 4-shot lead going into the weekend. Nice round yesterday, 6 under. He's 13 under in first place overall through 2 days. 2 players tied for second, Akshay Bhatia, Colin Morikawa. They are a 4-back at -9. Actually, Justin Rose is also part of that mix. He's also at -9. Scotty Scheffler, world number 1. He is in the mix. He's tied for 7th. He's 6 off the lead at -7.
And your Champions Tour report is brought to you by Donald Ross Sportswear, your hometown premium golf apparel company. Find us in your local pro shop or online at donaldross.com. And this week's event is the Boeing Classic at the club at Snoqualmie Ridge. I do believe I pronounced that right.
Nice.
And our leader is Jerry Kelly. He's always fun to watch. He's tied with Matt Gogol. And listen to these names: Paul Goydos, Brant Job, and Frederick Jacobson.
Where's Rocket on there? Rollins. I didn't look.
Rocket Rollins.
John Rollins.
Johnny Rollins. I have to scroll down.
Okay.
He is at -4, tied for 11.
Okay, that's my man Rocket. I keep telling him when I work
He's right
with him
there.
sometimes.
Yeah, he's playing
so
well. Yeah.
he is playing well. He's had a
They're-
nice debut. He hasn't taken my offer to caddy for him, and it looks like it's working out for him. Our look at the LPGA Tour, brought to you by Puma Golf Shoes. They're off this week, but last week they had the AIG Women's Open, and it was Miyu Yamashita, the winner. Her birthday was on Saturday, and she ends up winning the Open the next day. A total of 11 under, 2 better than Charlie Hull.
People were rooting for her. Yeah.
She had a fantastic event. She finished 2 back along with Minami Katsu, also at 9 under par.
All right. Good
Yeah,
stuff.
can I mention Carson Baca, by the way? He won on PG Tour Americas. Is at TPC Toronto on their Heathlands course last week in a playoff. He played in the Porter Cup several years ago. I got a chance to play with him in the Ham-Am. And great kid. I've been rooting for him, and I was so excited to see that he's a winner. So I want to
Awesome.
mention Carson Baca.
Also, some junior news, junior golf news. We love promoting junior golf here. Tuesday was the Drive, Chip, and Putt regionals, so kind of the second round. And if you go to the Western New York PGA website, WNYPGA.com, they list all the winners for all the age brackets. But we want to congratulate all the boys and girls that advanced. They're now 1 step away from Augusta National.
From their parents buying them cars.
That's right.
Well,
Getting a free trip to the Masters for mom and dad. They'll be loving that.
and we've had a lot of kids from Western New York and this section make it to the Masters, which is really, really cool. Can you imagine?
I know. And then Thursday was the PGA Junior League kind of season-ending event for Western New York, the All-Star event. And there was Buffalo North, Buffalo South, Erie, PA, and Glen Oak, who has their own in-house team. And the 13U and the 17U advance, and Buffalo North actually in both divisions, the 13U and the 17U.
So your son on Buffalo
Advanced.
North?
Yeah.
I knew there's a reason why we mentioned. No, I'm
Yeah.
kidding, Brian.
He's on the 17U team, but they
Nice.
go on to now the state round
Which is where?
at Webster Golf Club this
Oh,
year.
Rochester, not
Yes.
that far. Yep.
So it's Western New York,
And,
Tri-State, Capital Region, and Central New York.
are
Those
the
4.
Nationals in Frisco?
So the Nationals are actually in New Mexico this year.
Oh, naturally.
Yeah.
Sure.
So right, yeah.
So you might be going to New Mexico.
So who knows? Well, there's 4 teams from the state now. One of them goes to the Nationals.
Cool.
And so so that's so congrats to all the 13U, 17U kids that advanced and all that participated and Drive, Chip, and Putt as well. I know the Western PGA and everybody over there at Glen Oak. Another great week of hosting junior events.
Well, it's one of the best ways to get kids into golf, and every kid that does it loves it. So just
Brian, if you walk into the front door of my house, there's still a photo of our boys on the podium
That's right.
from Drive, Chip, and Putt.
Ah,
Pretty
cool.
cool. deal,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Hey, a couple of news and notes here as we get close to the end of our show here from Tri-County Country Club. The U.S. Women's Open last week announced that it'll be going to Oak Hill
Yes.
in 2037. So we got a little wait, but we know they're hosting the Amateur in 2027. We know we're holding our hope, cross our fingers, 2033 for the PGA.
I don't think that means good news about PGA.
I don't think so either.
The U.S. Women's Open 2037.
Yeah, I think hosting the USGA and PGA like kind of separate their venues.
They don't like to go
Like,
with each
remember,
other,
Oak
right.
Hill was a U.S. Open site, right?
for a long
Yes.
time.
And then they did the AM,
Yep.
and then they went to PGA. So now they've gone AM. I hope I'm wrong.
But remember, the PGA, what is it, about 5-6 years ago, they came out with their like core courses or their
Yes.
base courses, and Oak Hill was one
Listen,
of them.
And we had-
2033 makes sense for Oak Hill.
We
I don't
had
know
Derek
why
Sprague
they've
on, and sure sounded. He's
Yes.
the president of the PGA. He sure sounded like they were very, very interested in still holding it at Oak Hill. But having said that, 2 events in that short of a time span, a major
I mean,
championship for a
it's
facility.
doable. 4
Yeah.
years apart.
Yeah,
It's very
27 for the amateur. You could have 33 for the PGA. That's the one that kind of still locked in. They've had it 03, 13, 23, and then 37. It's still 4 more
Did you
years
see
before
where the
US
Walker
Women's
Cup
Open.
is this year?
Where's that at?
It's at Cypress Point.
Ooh, that's going to be visually stunning.
Yes.
Great TV coming up. for
Oh
that.
my
yeah.
gosh! I mean, the Walker Cup was. You think when Dunlap a couple of years ago, that was at St. Andrews, and then now it's at Cypress. I mean, they picked some amazing spots for that. I was asked if I wanted to go because it's a week before I got to be at the tournament in Napa, and I was like, "Oh, I'd love to go the weekend before, but life is not dictating that's going to happen." But Cypress Point to get on that property is. It's
one of the
listen,
hardest.
Scotty Scheffler just if you saw the story, Scotty Scheffler got to play Cypress Point many years ago and bought a divot repair tool like in the pro shop and lost it and had been searching. He found one on eBay. This is Scotty Scheffler. He bought one on eBay to replace the one that he lost. It's the same
Wow.
one. Scotty Scheffler, like, come on, a member. Hey, Scotty, why don't you come out?
Yeah,
for
if
a
I was the
ride?
pro, I'm like, here, you could take that, Scotty.
Listen, my late friend Mark Carnevale, who I worked with, it took him a lifetime to get to play Cypress, and he got to it. He said it was just
I've heard it's better than
amazing, but it took him a
Yeah,
lifetime
awesome.
to get the. You don't ask to play.
Yeah.
You get invited to play. It's one of those deals.
2 more things real quick here before we wrap up. Ian Baker Finch retiring from CBS. I know they did a tribute to him last week on the broadcast. It's going to be NBC for all 3 playoff weeks, but he worked for a long time. Kevin said, I think since 2010 he's been on the
he's been
CBS
there.
broadcast.
Well, yeah, he had the yips, right? He lost
Yep.
his, won the Open, and then just couldn't play, but he did a fabulous job.
the yips drove him
broadcasting.
off the tour. Yeah.
Yeah, on television. And Kevin, I know you were on the call for this last week, and you nailed it because I was listening. Cam Young last week wins, finally gets his PGA Tour win, but it's historical in the sense that he was the 1,000th winner ever,
1,000
on the
unique
winner on the PGA Tour.
So you think about a Tiger with the 82 wins, Snead,
But he only counts once on the unique
he counts
list.
once
Right.
on the unique list for 1,000 unique winners in the PGA Tour. I interviewed him after. I said, "Hey, I go, your trivia question." I was like, "Yeah, I'm aware." So
I'm
He-
glad for him.
He finally put it all together to
Oh.
finish. He's had a lot of runner-ups, including even at U.S. Opens where he's been tight.
So
to
here's
win.
what he did. I mean, he went out and blistered the front 9 of the golf course. Saturday and Sunday, he had stretches of. On Saturday, he had made 5 birdies in a row on the front. On Sunday, 4 in a row. And it was over by I asked him afterward, when'd you know it was over? He's like, at number 4. It's like I birdied and Nico missed a 4-footer for birdie. I knew it was mine. And it had to be the longest walk ever to
Yes.
get into the clubhouse. He bogeyed 16 and 17. It didn't matter. It was just like, let's get this thing over with, get, the trophy. It was without question, but I was happy for him. His dad was there. David Young, and I think I mentioned on the show, like he's
Yeah.
Sleepy Hollow logo. Said I've sold so many of these I could retire. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
And now he's another name to throw into that Ryder Cup.
Oh, I think he's
discussion.
on the team. I think you got to put him on the team.
After that,
Yes.
And we'll see if Tommy Fleetwood can close it. We know he had the heartbreaking one that Keegan Bradley, ironically enough, the Ryder Cup captain, grabbed from him. He's got a 4-shot lead going into this one. Can he get that elusive first PGA Tour win? We'll find out.
All I know is Scotty Scheffler will be heard from here this weekend.
Yeah, he's tied for 7th, so he's right there.
And he may have to, Fleetwood could be final group. Scotty might be penultimate tomorrow. That would be tough.
Yep. All right, I want to thank everybody here at Tri-County Country Club for their warm hospitality, the GM and the PGA Pro, Dan Reddick. Jake Eckley also was out here this morning. I want to appreciate that. Joe DiBiase for joining us too. Again, TriCountyCountryClub.com, 716-965-2053. Membership information, or if you're just want to come play, they invite the public to come out and
That
check it out.
range is active right now.
Yes,
I know I got to
Championship
get out
here.
there. I see some friends.
Good luck
Yeah.
to Sneaky Joe and everybody out here for their club championship. Don't forget Bill's coverage today on WGR, 1:00 against the Giants. Kevin, have a great week. We'll talk to you next week from the BMW Championship.
Yes. Look forward to that, boys.
Okay, Jeff, have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next week. We'll be at Lancaster Country Club.
Looking forward to it.
All right, for everybody here, including Dan Dale, our producer back in our studios, Kevin Sylvester, Jeff Meadis, Jeff Blank, part of our team. I'm Brian Colziel. T to Green here from Tri-County. Hope you have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next week at 7 right here on WGR. See you, stream. I'm ending. Thanks for watching.